If you see me and a lion fighting, feel sorry for the lion or the lioness.
When Basdeo Panday passed from this life on the 1st of January 2024, Trinidad and Tobago lost more than just its 5th Prime Minister. We lost one of the largest and most colorful figures in the modern history of the Caribbean.
Anyone that knows him will know that our father has never been someone to complain about anything, because he never wanted anyone to worry about him. He was always cheerful, witty, charming, and charismatic, so you would never know he was not feeling 100%. Always full of spirit to the extent that everyone who met him immediately loved him. And so when he left us last Monday, our world shook, never to be the same again. Yes, he is our dad, but he did not belong to us alone. He loved people, and people loved him. And so we knew instinctively that although this was one of the most difficult things we were ever going to face in our lives, we had to balance our own grief, looking after our mother and putting country before self as our father would do.
On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank Basdeo Panday for the example of grit and determination that he gave us. May his example inspire us all to rise beyond our circumstances and defeat any obstacle in the way of our path to a better tomorrow. I thank Basdeo Panday for the example of joie de vivre that he epitomized, for the example that his life is to our young men and women of how to have a good time, to let go completely to the joy of the moment, not in dark alleyways or with dangerous company, but in the safety and in the bosom of our families. But most of all, I thank Basdeo Panday for being an example of a real human being, for being a complex man, often prudent, sometimes rash, but for never pretending to be what he was not.
I think I'm of a generation that can tie their political awakening to Mr. Panday's, many might say, in his prime as a politician.
Mr. Panday was indeed a man who was born into very trying circumstances, but the human characteristic of ambition and strength and perseverance.
He did not see his personal circumstances as a victim of anything, but he used his personal circumstances to propel him into a life of public service.
And being here to celebrate his time with us, it is something that stays with me.
I just want to say to his wife, Oma, all his daughters, that you have been blessed to have a father who was a person that loved Trinidad and Tobago, had a special love for the poor. He was able to deal with both the common man as well as persons at all levels. And I'm happy to have had the opportunity to attend this state funeral.
And I wish his family, his friends, and his loved one God's enduring grace, but also to thank them for the time that they shared their father with us, not only as politicians, but as citizens. To thank them from the bottom of my heart, from my family to this.
I don't know if I'm going to breach protocol by saying this, but I have to say to Dr. Amory Brown and his team who moved mountains to help bring our dad back home, and absolutely everyone who worked tirelessly to pull together a state funeral of this magnitude in less than a week. We thank you.
On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank Basdeo Panday for his life, for his love, and for his service. May his family find peace and consolation in a nation's love, and may his soul find salvation and liberation. Sadgati.